Welcome to Salute to Education, where every month we show you all the cool, amazing, innovative, and inspirational stuff that's happening in San Diego's schools. We start today's show with a fun example of hands-on learning and one group of students who are learning about physics with their hands and their feet. Sunshine, teenagers, a sparkling pool. Looks like a typical summer day in Carlsbad. Until it doesn't.
Ready, set, go!
This La Costa Canyon AP Physics class is trying literally to walk on water, hoping the physics principles they learned in the classroom will keep them afloat today. This path to the pool began several weeks ago with a challenge from physics teacher David Evers.
The goal then for the project is to make yourself a set of shoes. The shoes then will allow you to walk across the surface of the swimming pool. You're going to be in races, so you want to walk across the pool as fast as you can.
Student teams brainstorm different design ideas for their floating shoes in class.
The most common design would be basically a foam square shoe, rectangular kind of shoes thing, and basically just a foam block.
But the secret to winning the race and staying above water is in the design details.
The second thing then is to figure out what can they do to the bottom of the shoe that allows them to move across the pool as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible.
What if we did like a jagged edge on the bottom? Like,
okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
so you can slide forward, but you can't slide back.
Yeah.
It would be better if you could make it as flat on the bottom as possible when it's going forward. And then when you try to like plant your leg and push back, then you end up with some sort of thing that comes down, like a flap kind of thing. Okay. Students will apply, they'll put some sort of cone on the bottom to try and catch water, or they'll put some sort of flap on the bottom or some other device. But really the idea is to get a chance for them to figure out kind of what to do, so that they're not really following a set guideline so much as coming up with their own, which really mirrors the engineering process more. You don't know what it's going to look like at the end, you just kind of tinker, and that's what it becomes.
With designs in mind, students set out to build the ultimate water shoes. This team, the disciples of Bill Nye, decide on flaps as their secret weapon.
So like when they're straight up like this, tie a knot here and here, so when you pull the string one way, they'll all go that way.
Okay.
They'll be like this, and we're moving backwards to create friction so that the water will be moving along here and it'll stop. So that'll give us kind of like a stopping point, and then we'll be able to push off.
Yeah, so ideally when we're moving, we want them to be like this.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what everybody else did.
Yeah. That and hopefully win.
I want to win.
Yeah.
And on race day, the shoe designs are put to the test.
So we're looking back to things like forces in motion. We look at friction, we look at buoyancy, and we look at energy and how all of those things sort of interplay in a real practical sense. Again, the key to this is really friction. They need to be able to move the shoe forward through the water very easily and have a lot of friction backward so that they can kind of plant their foot. When you really think about how you walk, it really gets the students to think about how they walk, because when they're walking, they don't oftentimes think about how much they're actually using their feet to push backwards, and that's what makes them go forwards. And so again, it kind of ties in a lot of the theoretical from class and then a lot of the sort of practical of really trying to make it work. 30 seconds! She touches!
The results of these races are not just for bragging rights, they're part of each student's grade.
I think also they're surprised by how difficult it is to go forward. They'll get on the shoes and they'll have their idea and they'll start moving, but they're not really going forward very fast. And so I think there's a lot of work of really trying to figure out the engine on the bottom. How did they make that really work?
We gotta do a quick repair. We got about 10 minutes till the next race. Now we're just gonna need a lot more. And hey, dude, do one that you wrap it all the way around this whole thing.
One of the things that I really like about this is that while they do lab work and stuff during the year, this gives them a chance to really do practical stuff that hasn't been done before. You don't go to the store and buy walk-on water shoes, but really something that it seems like it should be possible, but it's really quite challenging. And so it gets them to kind of apply all of those aspects of physics to completing a challenge, to completing a task. And that's really the goal, is to kind of get them to see that physics exists beyond the classroom. It's with everything, and this gives them kind of a fun opportunity to do that.
It was just Patsy that was good.
Disciples of Bill Nye get first.
The disciples of Bill Nye finished their races with an impressive first, second, and third place, and with a greater appreciation for physics.
I definitely learned better how to work in a group, and on the physics side, just how to apply and like what works in the real world. Because you can do a lot with pen and paper, but once you actually like get wood and foam and you're told to build something that'll work, it's a different kind of learning. It's more hands-on.
Ready, set, go!
Woo! Go, Maddie, go! Go, Maddie, go!
The goal, of course, is for them to make shoes that allow them to walk across the water. But really, the goal is much bigger, right? We want students to learn teamwork. We want students to learn how to solve problems. And we want students to learn how to be creative when they solve those problems. And those are really at the heart of it.
Always a great day when you can have physics class at the pool. Remember, you can see this and all of our stories again on our website, 4sd.com, on the Salute to Education page. We'll be right back.